my name is Kaitlyn Pratt, and I would like to talk to you guys about nursing. It was August of 2017 when my dad told me that he had stage 4 cancer in his jawbone. After surgery, chemo, and radiation, he finally got to ring the IB cancer bell. To this day, he still talks about the nurses and the impact that they had on his life. Because of the impact that they had on his life, I have come to realize how important their role is in our medical care. From catching a cold to getting cancer, our first and our longest interactions are almost always going to be with the nurse, and this is why it is important to have a little bit of background information about what they do. I would like to tell you more about nursing. I have had personal and educational experience with nursing, and at some point in your life, you will have had that experience too. Specifically in this speech, I will talk to you about the important roles of a nurse, some interesting types of nursing, and malpractice in nursing. First, I will share with you important responsibilities a nurse holds. Usually when you go to the doctor or the hospital, the first person you encounter is a nurse. You might also notice how hands-on they are with your care. Patient care is actually the key role in nursing because a lot of what they do involves the patient and being hands-on with them. Shelley Frost wrote from the Houston Chronicle in 2018 that nurses assess and observe patients, help doctors create a care plan, and carry out that care plan with medication and treatment administration. From start to finish, a nurse will always be with the patient and handling the patient and their care. What nurses do sometimes is referred to as the dirty work, because some of their responsibilities include inserting catheters, changing bedpans, bathing patients, and cleaning diapers. Doctors really don't have the time of day to do all of these duties and responsibilities, and this is why they fall on a nurse. Overall, the responsibilities of a nurse are crucial in patient care. Now that you know some important responsibilities of a nurse, I will talk to you about interesting types of nursing. You might have heard of the more common types of nursing, like geriatric nursing, pediatric nursing, ICU nursing, and ER nursing. However, you might not have heard of the less traditional but a little more interesting types of nursing. For example, forensic nursing is a growing style of nursing that is not so common but a little more interesting. According to criminal justice degree schools, forensic nurses have a variety of roles, including evaluating and caring for victims of assault, domestic abuse, child and elder abuse, neglect, and sexual crimes. This style of nursing is more interesting because they never know what's going to come in. There are so many types of things that they could see in just one day. In comparison to traditional nursing, they are not with the same patient for a long period of time. Also, instead of changing bedpans, they perform rape kits, and they even examine the deceased. There are other types of interesting nursing, including telemedicine nursing, nutrition nursing, and correctional nursing. Overall, if you decide to go into this career, you will not get bored, and there is a multitude of specialties to choose from. Finally, I will share some information about malpractice and what it looks like in nursing. People usually associate malpractice with doctors and surgeons, but it does happen in nursing. The most common mistake in nursing is errors with medication, whether it be giving the wrong dosage or giving the wrong medication to the patient. This can be an issue when it comes to malpractice. Even the most mundane procedures such as thorough hand washing and cleaning a site before injection can mean life or death of their patient. Evan Castell wrote in 2015 about nurses' fear of repercussions and described the environment as under extreme time pressures and frequent resource shortages. This implies that high stress and poor resources can lead to an increase in susceptibility and malpractice in nursing. While we're on the topic of malpractice in nursing, there's actually a case that happened in San Antonio. With this specific nurse, she got charged with malpractice for fatally injecting 40 to 60 infant and toddlers. This is not your typical style of nurse. This is not your typical type of malpractice in nursing, but it does happen, and it is something that you should be aware of. Malpractice in nursing is not as heard of as it is with doctors and surgeons, but it is important and it should be talked about more. Today I informed you about some different aspects of the field of nursing. Sometimes our lives, like my dad's, is in the hands of a nurse, and I think this is why we should pay more attention to what they do and how they provide us care. For those of you considering this as a career, you now know some different types that you could be and some responsibilities that it entails. Hopefully you never have to deal with malpractice, but now you know what it looks like in nursing and you can be aware of the crazy types that you can see out there. I hope you are more familiar with the field of nursing and the care that it provides us. Thank you.